Hey guys, what's up? Chad Wesley Smith here. I wanted to talk to you guys today about the article that I wrote that we just posted today. The courage to be great, or do you have the courage to be great? And for those of you guys who follow me and who read my stuff and watch my videos, I'm definitely not one much for the inspirational kind of stuff. That's just not really my deal. But I'll tell you, this time that we had in Australia that I talk about at the start of the article, this time with this with our clinic group, and honestly, I don't even remember the kid's name who really spurred this, but it was a very powerful moment, and it really got me thinking about stuff much bigger than training. So I talk about it at the start of the article, but really what happened was. There was a young man sitting in the front row who was very enthusiastic about everything the whole day, asking a lot of questions. Certainly not the most talented lifter by any means, but you could tell that he really wanted to be there to improve. And as the night was kind of winding down, we were taking questions, but just sort of started talking, I guess, a bit more like philosophically. And this is myself, Brandon Lilly, and Dr. Mike Israetel. And Brandon asked him, what's your goal? He asked this young man sitting in the front row, what's your goal, or why do you train? And he said something to the effect of, because he's finally glad that he gets to be like decent at something. And myself, Brandon, Dr. Mike, you guys watching this, we know that none of your real goals, are to be decent at something. So, Brandon kind of prodded him on this idea and kind of pushed him a little bit, and pushed him. And finally, he got to the point where he said in a very, cracking, uneasy, unsure voice that his real goal was to be great. All right. And not necessarily great at lifting, just great in life. And it was a very interesting thing as we kind of pushed him more to almost yell that idea. Why would someone be so hesitant, to almost be brought to tears to verbalize the idea that so many of us want? All right, to verbalize the idea to pursue true greatness, and that's what the article I wrote today is about. Is that it takes real courage to within yourself acknowledge that that's what you want, and even more so to acknowledge it to other people, because any time that you go after a big goal, whatever that goal is, whether it's training, it's school, it's work, whatever it is. Pursuing that big goal opens you up to really two ideas, and those two ideas are success, and failure. And that idea of potentially failing seems to be so paralyzing to a lot of people that one, they can't even recognize their true goal within themselves, let alone to verbalize it to other people, because they're so afraid of that failure that they won't even begin to start it. And then if they do have the courage to do that, it takes that much more courage even to actually go and pursue it, because it seems like today in the world there's an epidemic of apathy. It's cool to not care. It's cool to not be the hardest worker. And so when you do go and pursue being that hardest worker, people, why are you training that much? Why aren't you going out with your friends on the Saturday night or whatever? Why are you studying so much, or whatever it may be? And that's going to take a whole new level of courage to overcome that idea. So hopefully you guys read the article, you enjoy it, and you can take something from it. And I want to think that I have the courage to be great. So I wanted to share some goals publicly with you guys for the upcoming year. Some ambitious goals that people maybe will say, those aren't attainable. So first off, from a business standpoint, I want to help grow JTS to 1 million hits per month. All right. Pretty lofty goal for a website that we just kind of started a couple of years ago, and it's not this big fancy operation that I think some people may be under the impression that it is. So to grow Juggernaut to 1 million hits a month, and then for myself and my training to total 2,400 raw without knee wraps, which as of right now only one person in the history of powerlifting has ever done. So those are my big goals for 2015, and I'm Chad Wesley Smith, and I have the courage to be great.